This is Ben, Liam and Belle on Nova.
Well, g'day there, podcaster, and welcome to this episode titled
Scrambled Eggs for Eyes.
Very good.
Which is a video we're referencing, which we showed Belle off air. And you can't agree, it was very funny, wasn't it?
It was very funny.
What did you, just for people that want to watch it, what did you Google to find that video?
Liam looked it up, but I think if you put woman 10G jet
Yeah.
comes up.
That's literally I put in the hot words. Like, it is funny when you're trying to show someone a video you've seen and you think of like the buzzwords of what other people would type.
If you put in woman with scrambled egg eyes, it won't come up.
Won't come up. Unless you put it on Reddit, and then you might actually get something weird. Anyway, enjoy the podcast. Calling all fans of Victoria Bitter. There's a brand new brew hitting our shelves this week. Victoria Bitter Xtra.
Ooh.
Or as they're dubbing it, VX.
Is it like a six-pack with an extra one in there, or?
No, it's just got a slightly higher alcohol content. So your normal VB, you sort of know where you stand with a Vision Blaster.
So it's the VB taste we know and love.
That's it.
They've upped the alcohol.
Yeah, the old green psychologist. Tell me all your problems. It's normally a 4.9.
Yep.
That's a pretty that's a nice beer. That's a smooth. You sort of
All right.
you can have a few and then you're all good.
What's this one?
This is a real daddy Fanta. This is 6%er.
Six?
A night ender.
They 3 or 4 of them, and then it's a really different party. You know what I'm saying?
Didn't they also, we were talking about just a few weeks ago, that button that you can get for your fridge.
Oh,
and
yes,
it auto
that's right.
delivers
Yeah.
VB
Well, they're
to your
good.
house.
VB are good with they keep
That's
up the. They
dangerous.
also have the they always bring out the packs like with the soap and that sort of
deodorant.
stuff
Yeah.
for Father's Day, and so this is just so you'll see it on the shelves instead of VB, it's VX, which is the future. And a lot more alcohol in it. And I tell you what, though, I saw this the other day. The new marketing campaign.
Are they already marketing it?
Yeah, the new marketing campaign is pretty interesting. Yeah, have a listen.
You can get it mowing. You can get it towing. You can get it pushing the barra. A hard-earned thirst needs a big cold beer. And the best cold beer is Vic. Victoria Bitter Extra. Now with more alcohol to put hairs on your chest. As a matter of fact, I might have one now. Oh, that hit the spot. I might have another.
Brian, maybe just slow down.
Stop whinging, Tony. You sound like my ex-wife. You can get it digging. You can get it digging. Rigging.
Are you all good?
Yeah, mate, I'm all good. Just gonna call my ex-wife. Charlene, I miss you. Miss you and the kids.
Brian.
Oh, no.
Look for Holiday U this summer, because Aussies act a little differently on holiday. More daring, relaxed, and sometimes more fancy.
And What If has all kinds of accommodation to suit your style.
Yep, book your next getaway on the What If app. What If? It's Aussie for travel.
Ben and Belle, I was taking my cavoodle Toby for a walk in the park yesterday. Let him off the leash to do his thing. We've got a great little park close by, and I know all the neighbours and I know all their dogs' names, and we've only been there recently. But
I don't even know my neighbours' names, let alone their dogs' names.
As in your direct neighbours?
Yes.
Seriously?
Yes.
I know like so many people in the neighbourhood now. Got Justin Lee and their dog Hansi. It's like I don't know what breed it is. It looks like Scooby-Doo though. And there's Matt and his Kelpie Luna, Yang, and they've got a blue-eyed Frenchie called Hugo.
Wow.
Pretty cute. List goes on. I also, when I meet people, I write their names in
No,
my
you
phone.
don't.
Yeah, because then you remember for next time.
That's creepy.
Where does
No,
that
it's
get
not
you?
creepy.
You know what I mean? Where does that get
Well,
you
hang
in
on.
life?
So when you see them, do you pull out your phone and go, hang on?
No,
Hello,
I like
So
say it
you
in my
rehearse
head.
before you go to the dog park. Hey, Hugo.
No, I don't rehearse. It's just good to know. And
I mean, look, they've all got basic B dog names anyway, so you could probably just take a punt.
Oh, okay. Well, look, it must be very hard living in your unfriendly neighbourhoods where no one knows each other's name, okay? Anyway, so we're at the dog park there, and, I was talking, and then I got a bit distracted, and I was just punching off a few texts, and then I heard a bit of a commotion, and so I looked up, and Toby, how do I say, Well, he was getting well acquainted with a piece of cavoodle ass.
Ah.
He'd found a young lady cavoodle, and he's had
same breed. He
same breed. So and he's had the snip, so it was all it's all good. But I was like, I still better run over, and it was like right at the other end of the park. So I ran over.
When you say commotion, was it the owner of the other dog, or was it the other dog?
It was the children of the other dog. But so I don't think they quite understood what was happening. So I ran over to break up the party, and as I was getting closer, all these kids like, yeah, like they were like cheering, and I heard one kid go, yay, doggy wrestle.
Oh.
They ain't wrestling, kid. But if they were, my dog was winning.
Oh.
It's 6:10. Hallelujah, it's 6:10.
Good morning, Sharon in Pakenham. What did you do on the weekend?
Baked, actually.
You
I just did
baked?
some baking. Did some pre-meal prepping and did a few little desserts, and it was fun.
You didn't go to the air show?
Nah.
What did you bake
me.
specifically, Sharon? I'm curious.
I did a couple of lasagnas. I did one for me, and I did one for my son. And I did some custard pastries, some apple pies.
Wow. You sound like Mum of the Year. Hey, if we give you a couple of free passes here, you reckon you could bake us a lasagna and bring it in at some point this week?
I reckon I could do that. I don't know if I can get there this week, but I could make you one.
Oh, all right, at some point. Yeah, no worries. Okay, well, it's set to be chaos at the airport on Wednesday as workers go on a pay strike. How much do you earn?
Not as much as the air strike people.
Fine, we'll accept it. No, it's quite a rude question and deserves a silly response.
We were just curious to see what you'd say.
Kylie Minogue is the latest star to refuse to play at King Charles' coronation. What soap did she star in?
Neighbours.
That's it. Jake Gyllenhaal was at the UFC event this weekend filming shots for his upcoming movie. Which Aussie actor did Jake star alongside in Brokeback Mountain?
Wouldn't have a clue.
You wouldn't have a clue?
I knew I was
Sharon.
going to suck at this.
No, you've done great,
I
Sharon.
remember, Sharon, you get your free pass for the lasagna.
Don't talk yourself
so
down.
This, just think of a very famous Australian actor, sadly no longer with us, was also in Batman.
From Perth.
Famous for his beautiful smile.
I don't know.
You want to know how I got these scars?
Look, Sharon, I liked your energy. I want you to hang on the line. Don't go anywhere, because if the other callers get it wrong, we'll come back to you, okay?
Yeah, surely. Karen in Broadmeadows, you know. Who was the Aussie actor who starred alongside Jake in Brokeback Mountain?
Oh my God, I can't even remember his name.
Yeah, I mean, you're
That's
muddying the name of truly one of the Australian greats. You don't know?
No, I can't remember.
Oh, we're going to have to move on then to Beck in Mernda. Do you know who we're talking about?
Heath Ledger.
Obviously.
Very good.
A study is showing young Victorians are doing more exercise than ever post-COVID. How many laps of a 25-metre pool would you need to swim to reach a kilometre?
Oh, a bit of a curly maths question.
That's a tricky one, isn't it? You need your calculator for that one.
Hang on, I wrote this, and it is easy.
Is it easy to do on the spot with no paper in front of you?
What's 1,000 divided by 25?
Well, Beck, do you know?
4.
It's not
Okay,
4.
no, that's 100.
It's not 4. We do know that.
Okay, that's 100. So if we work from there,
Jordan in Frankston, do you know how many laps you'd need to do to reach a kilometre if it's a 25-metre pool?
40.
He's very good. Last question here. Chris Rock has spoken out about the Will Smith Oscars slap from last year. Can you finish these classic lyrics?
In West Philadelphia, born and raised.
Yeah.
Pretty good. We were hoping you'd be one of those people who know like all the words and you just do
and
the whole
just
song.
a little bit of passion.
Yeah, no, but that's fine, Jordan. It doesn't matter. Hey, do you like Lord?
My partner does.
Oh, sick. Well, you can let her know that you are going along.
And you can put your fingers in your ears.
Yeah.
So you don't have to listen to it.
You're set for a terrible night by the sounds of things, but we'll all be enjoying ourselves. Anyway, you also get to pick the next song we play, Jordan. So would you like to hear Closing Time? Such a belter.
I would like to say that's the song I want to hear this morning.
We've been trying to get it up
favorite.
for days.
And it feels like a good Monday vibe.
Or, Jordan, would you like to hear The Killers?
Also a great song, but I feel like you hear that song
More
more
of a
often.
Tuesday vibe. Yeah. What do you think, Jordan?
I'll go number one for you, boys.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Jordan.
You.
God forbid you ever bump into Lord.
Yes. Yes. It's going to be a rough... She's doing 2 nights as well. So
Oh, no.
God forbid you near the Sydney Mime Music Bowl on Saturday.
Closing time. Open all the doors and let you out into the world.
My boyfriend has 2 kids, quite young. One's age 7, one is age 2. And I flew over to Adelaide for the weekend to spend a kids' weekend with him. He gets them every second weekend. And, we thought, hey, it's been a few weeks. We're obviously doing long distance. So I went over there and spent a kids' weekend. And it is hectic, 7-year-old, 2-year-old. It's non-stop. And we're in the car, and out of nowhere, in the back seat, both boys just started singing this.
Oh my gosh, look at her butt. Oh my gosh, look at her butt. Oh my gosh, look at her butt.
Oh, my gosh. Look at her butt. Hey, doesn't matter how old you are, Nicki Minaj, slaps, that.
Okay, well, it goes way back from Nicki Minaj, but yes. So they start singing this song, and they were just singing that line just constantly over and over. And kids being kids, that was the whole car ride. It's
Were they
like a
talking about
45
you, or?
Well, so, yeah. So
Stepmother.
Luke started joking and saying, no, it's, oh my gosh, look at Belle's butt. And then they did start singing that,
okay.
which
That's
was
good.
interesting when we had to hand them back to their mum. And
Oh,
I was like,
yeah, that would have gone down well.
But they kept repeating it. And I said, where did you hear that song? Where did you hear that? They go, oh, don't know. We just know it. And it turns out it is from a kid's film, Sing. And apparently it's in that movie. It's like an anime.
really?
Yeah.
Oh, is that the one with the singing pig?
Yeah. And they
Yeah.
start singing that.
And they
It's
got
like, oh.
the koala as the main character, I believe.
I think so. I haven't
Yeah.
seen it. But they said it's in that film, which I was like, that's a bit odd that they
Well,
put
I
that.
think that whole movie is like they're doing covers of like pop songs.
Yeah, but it's a kid's film. It's like it's a DreamWorks or something.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
why, that's such a weird song to put in there. So they were singing that all weekend, and I just thought, well, you know what? At the end of the day, I was like, we'll just hand them back, and that's not our problem. Hopefully, they don't keep singing Belle's butt.
They're just little sponges.
They are.
They're little sponges and they mop up everything you've ever said.
13, 24, 10. What's the most inappropriate thing your kids have said? Or your kids, or, if a kid said something to you.
Maybe they've repeated something you've said. Maybe they saw a movie and spat it out at like the worst, most inappropriate time.
Here at Nova, we play all the top songs, and some
They're
we
very
do
censored
change.
though.
Yes, we censor the songs. But if a kid was to go on, streaming or even TikTok, they'd pick up the real version of the song pretty quick.
13, 24, 10. Most inappropriate thing your kids have said. Enza joins us in Essendon. Is this your kids? Do they say something inappropriate?
Yes, they did. Sorry, I'm just taking you off.
No, you're all good.
Hello,
Totally
hello,
fine.
sorry, I'm so sorry. I'm just trying to figure out these phones. See when I don't have a
Hey, you told
No,
us.
sorry.
We got all the
Hello.
time in the world. It's totally
Of course,
fine.
of course. It's just me.
Whenever you're ready, go
Me-
for it.
Many years ago, we went to a wedding and my kids would have been, 7 and 6.
Mm.
And husband and I, after the wedding, were having a chat about what, people were wearing.
Yep.
And a few weeks later, we bumped into one of our cousins. Went, oh, my Lord, yes, you look gorgeous at the wedding. I loved your outfit. And my daughter said, Mummy, that's not what you said to Daddy. And we just both looked at each other. We said, no, that was the other person, not you. She was gorgeous.
Oh, no.
You've got to be careful,
yes.
Enza. You've got to be careful about what you say around kids. You think that they're not paying attention, but like you said before, Ben, they're little sponges, and
Well,
they'll just
I
take
mean-
it, store it, and then unleash it.
Lucky
later.
they didn't say, what you said. Mum said you look like a big cow in that frock.
Want to melt into the floor and just disappear, wouldn't you?
Alison, good morning. What's the most inappropriate thing your kids have said?
Good morning. When my son was around about 4, he saw a man smoking. Total stranger. He's walked up to him, tapped him on the shoulder and said, "Excuse me, you're going to die soon."
That's good. I back that. That's fab. I mean, Alison,
wow.
I hope he's grown up and he's obviously not a smoker because he learnt his lesson young.
You'd be thinking, piss off, kid. You know, if you're punching a dart.
Shut up. Get out of my face, kid.
Put it out and go, well, damn.
You think I don't know that, kid? Look at the back of this packet. You see that? I'm still smoking them.
Good morning, Belinda. What did the kids say?
Morning. Hi, guys. How are you?
Very good.
Good. My husband and I still laugh about it now, and my son is now 17. But when he was about 2 or 3, my husband took him into a very busy shopping centre in the Medicare line, getting the rebates, etc. Very, very busy. My son went up to the counter with my husband, and very, very puzzled look on his face at the lady behind the counter, and said quite loud, "Dad, why has that lady got man hair?"
Oh, no.
Oh,
Just a short haircut, I suppose.
What was the response? What do you say in that situation?
Oh, my husband died. He said he rang me straight away when he left, and he said, "Oh, gosh," he said, "we just cannot go back to that shopping centre and back to that Medicare ever again."
Yeah, that's the worst.
Yes, I'm not quite sure what he did. Quickly got his money and then just left.
Unreal. Well, thanks for your call, Belinda. Reese, what did the kids say? Something inappropriate?
Yes. Well, my son, he was 8 at the time, and at the dinner table he asked me what double penetration was.
Oh, where did they hear that?
Jesus.
Well, to buy some time, I said, put it into a sentence. So he then said he was playing a game and one of the boys' initials was DP and one of the other boys shouted, "Double penetration."
How old were they at the time?
He was 8.
That is very, very young.
So,
Smart move by you, though, like, as a mum, to go use it in a sentence to buy yourself, like, 4 extra seconds.
I guess if he said,
God.
like we used it, we were sharpening the pencils and we put double, I don't know.
I was never 8 years old shouting out double penetration.
Yeah, I know. Well, we had dial-up, didn't we? So it was a lot harder to get that access to that sort of information. Tony in Point Cook, my God, surely it's not as bad as that. Did your kids say something inappropriate?
Yeah, so went to Commonwealth Bank down in Sydney where I used to live, and my son, who was about 3 years old, saw there was a guy in the bank with a head wrap on, bit of a beard, and it was around the time where September 11 happened, and my son turned around and said, "Hey, Mum, Bin Laden."
God.
That's a tough one, Mum.
That's horrible.
And what did you do?
I walked out the bank.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm surely there was an apology there before you walked out the bank, Tony.
He didn't hear it, thank goodness.
Okay,
that's
okay.
good.
Well, that's, yeah.
That's a saving grace then.
And the good news is you're also in the draw now for first class and 50K, Tony.
Thank you.
No worries.
You're welcome.
Don't invite your son. Thank you. It's a sad day for dads and everyone who's ever bought this chocolate on Father's Day. Toblerone, they're getting rid of the mountain and the bear as their logo.
If you put a gun to my head, I wouldn't be able to tell you what the logo
Really?
Toblerone?
is.
Seriously?
It's a mountain and a bear.
It's like the Swiss Alps, and then there's like, but if you look inside the mountain, there's a bear.
I would have said it was a triangle.
No. So, yeah, okay, the chocolate is a triangle.
The chocolate is a triangle.
Yeah,
It's
I put
not
a
a bear
logo.
and a
logo.
No.
Well, to be fair, the peak of the mountain is a bit like a triangle, I suppose.
Yep.
I think
And
that's
there's a
why.
bear in the mountain.
Yeah.
And they're getting rid of that.
Doesn't matter now, mate. Don't become the expert on the Toblerone logo now. It's changing. This is the whole story.
The reason that they're saying they might get rid of it is because it's not going to be fully made in Switzerland anymore. So
I don't
because
think
of that,
anyone
they're
was
going to get rid of the mountain.
under the belief that there was a factory up in the Swiss Alps in the mountains where there was bears working there and they were making this special triangle chocolate. Like, it was obviously always coming out of a factory in Melbourne somewhere. We blew the show budget in 3 months and we want to compete with all the other breakfast radio shows in town, so we need to make money somehow. That's where Cameo comes in. Ben and I aren't doing it because it's kind of lame.
It's kind of below our pay grade.
For sure. But Belle, more than happy, very available, and she's doing videos for people for the small price of $4. If you look on the Cameo app and search Belle Jackson, you'll see a lot of D-grade celebrities there, like old footy players and that sort of stuff. And Belle's there, very affordable. And we had a little deal over the weekend called Super Saturday. Super Saturday. She was doing them half price. They were going off the shelves. People were jumping on. And very exciting, Belle, because from all of our hard work over the weekend, we have now made collectively for the show $231.
Woo!
Very good.
Super Saturday. It's such a stupid idea.
Why,
because
Belle?
So when we charge $4,
Yep.
we only make 50% of that
Yep.
because the other 50% goes to Cameo.
Yep.
So when you did Super Saturday for $2,
Yep.
we only made $1. So for every, I only got $1 for each one. So if I
And
did
you do
10
the math. We've got $230. Belle was a pretty busy beaver over the weekend. And look, we've got lots of customer reviews coming through. Chloe, you asked for a Cameo. What message did you need, Chloe?
So, I actually selfishly kind of just wanted to hear Belle, but I got her to give a review for some wineries around a new area my boyfriend is building a house
cool.
in.
Oh,
I
Yeah.
do remember that one, Chloe. Yes.
And so did you get in on the Super Saturday deal or did you pay the premium $4?
Honestly, best $2 I've ever spent.
Yeah, of course. Keeping in mind, Cameo got half of that, and Apple also got their cut.
Sure.
Well, Chloe, I'm glad to hear you're happy. Let's move now to Murder Mitch. Murder Mitch, you got a Cameo from Belle?
Oh, damn, I didn't. I'll tell you what, it got me some good promotion.
Yeah, right. And what was yours about, Murder Mitch?
Well, it's my new album, King of Swords.
Oh, I see.
came out.
I see. Yeah, I think I saw Belle doing that one because she was plugging it.
Yeah,
You're a
and
musician, right?
Thing is, though,
That's right. And I'll tell you what I did. I actually called up another couple of radio stations and told them that Nova gave me some prime time.
Oh, yes, smart.
And then they didn't believe me until I played it off my phone to them over the phone.
Yeah.
There was a big pause,
Yeah.
and I got some extra radio time with some other radio stations.
yeah,
Good on you, Murder
baby.
Mitch.
hang on. Why am I getting you to go on other stations and promote
Belle.
your stuff on other stations?
Doesn't matter. As
He
long as
paid
the
the money.
customer's happy.
The other problem with Murder Mitch's was I do remember doing yours because I was mid-video and in my head I was like, I haven't listened to your music and I hope it's not derogatory.
yeah, it's a worry.
And I was like, I hope I'm not listen to Murder Mitch. And it's like...
Well, I think we can
Yeah.
get a bit of it up here.
I've got a bit of Murder Mitch. This is trouble on my mind.
Friday night freestyles at the homies, drinking flame and the Henny, throwing up our set. We protected like the Serengeti, everything a shade of red. That's the color gang of
Yeah, Murder.
Nothing. We
Killing the
all
game.
brothers.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's cool.
That's cool.
Awesome. Alana, were you happy with your cameo from Belle?
Hello, yes, I was.
What did you get her to say or do? What was the video for?
It was my partner's birthday, and I had forgotten to get him a present. So he got a shout out from Belle, and I got her to send him commiserations for Bobby Firmino leaving Liverpool.
Oh, yes. One of the great Brazilian players leaving the team that
Alana,
I support.
does he even know who I am? Did you show him the video and he was like, okay, what is
Yeah,
this?
what did he think?
I know he's a big Ben Lee and Belle fan, so he loves it.
Oh, that's sweet. Oh, thanks, Alana. Last one. Harry, did you get a cameo from Belle over the weekend?
Hey, guys. No, I didn't, actually.
What do you mean?
What do you mean?
No, I didn't get it.
So hang on. Sorry, Harry. Just customer service hotline here. So you paid for the cameo and
Hard-earned money.
You didn't receive your personalised video message within the allotted 24-hour time.
No, definitely not. Definitely not.
Belle, it's a guarantee for a reason. It's the backbone of our business model, and if people aren't getting their videos in time, then we're going to start driving customers away.
All right, nobody's died here because Harry didn't get his $1 cameo. Harry, I will do it today. I've got 30 still to do this morning.
Harry, she'll do it today. You'll get your money back.
No, don't.
Okay, you'll be a full refund, and she'll do it a minimum of 15 minutes. Okay.
We're not making any money then.
Are you happy with that?
Oh, I'm stoked for that.
All right. It's our customer service guarantee.
Jeez, it's hard being managing such troubled
what?
talent.
You know what makes it hard? Zero consultation with the client before
You know, Belle,
sign them up
we
for
give you
stuff.
an opportunity, and all you've got to do is very simply record 200 to 300 videos a weekend for paying customers.
Yep.
What do we get out of it? Nothing. We just want to see you succeed.
Yeah.
But you know, it's hard watching you throw your talent away down the drain. It happens so often. People get these opportunities.
All right, well,
You know
that's
what?
it.
People
That's
would kill to be in your position.
No.
You know?
Now I'm thinking, Liam, you know what? I'm thinking we cancel the TV opportunity.
Yeah, maybe we do.
Maybe we can.
Maybe we
TV
cancel
Well,
the-
now you're interested.
now you want to talk to the management about TV. Oh, yeah.
Stars in your eyes, you know, we do the hard work.
Yeah. Well, we've been hustling. We've been wheeling and dealing.
What TV opportunity?
Look, you are a radio star.
Strong word.
Freshly. So that's been getting a bit of business, but we all know the real money's in TV.
Yeah.
So we've been trying to get you onto one of the primetime shows,
And we have got you locked in for a TV show.
Am I going to be on
Confirmed.
maths?
No, we will. Let's just give it 24 hours to mull it over.
Yep.
We'll have a business meeting this time tomorrow, Belle, and we'll let you know what TV show you're going to be on.
And I am getting so jacked up. I'm so jacked because the AFL season is starting next Thursday. I don't know why. It just feels like we haven't had footy for such a long time. I'm a die-hard Port Adelaide fan. Obviously, Liam and I, we're from Adelaide. I've always loved Port Adelaide. I feel like that'll make for some interesting conversations on Melbourne radio. Belle, you're Melbourne, though.
Yeah, I'm Melbourne Demons. Have been forever. My whole family is. Though, Ben, you say Port Adelaide. If you had to pick one Victorian team, which would you follow?
It's a good question, Belle. I feel like the team that's got the similar energy to Port Adelaide would be Bulldogs.
They're kind of
they're working class. I don't think they're necessarily a good team.
Yeah, right.
But I do think that I would probably barrack for them if I had to pick a Melbourne team.
Okay, no, fair.
Here's the thing, though. Liam, you've never really been a massive footy head.
Well, I mean, I was up early this morning watching Liverpool clean the floor with Manchester United 7-0. A very happy morning. 7-0,
That's big
yeah.
for soccer, isn't it?
Biggest loss in 93 years for Manchester United.
And
So
no
great.
one cares about the soccer.
Well, I
though,
must
Liam.
admit, it was kind of annoying me. I was like getting my Optus Sports on my phone, showing people, like, oh, look, it's another one. You guys couldn't care less.
No.
7-0. That happens in the first 30 seconds of footy. That's one goal.
Yeah, well, and a point, Belle.
Yes, that's a point. Yeah, well, okay, fine. We're going to be specific. God.
But Liam, now that we're in Melbourne full time, you need to get an AFL team. You need to stick to it, and you need to support.
Well, I'm sort of. I mean, went to a few Crows games growing up and stuff. Mark Prosciutto, all that Ben Hart.
That's all you know. You know Mark Prosciutto and you know Ben Hart.
I used to love Ben Hart. What a player he was.
Why?
What a player. I don't know. He played with a lot of heart.
We need to get Liam a Melbourne team. So what I want to do before the footy season starts next Thursday, Liam's going to choose a Melbourne team and he's going to support them. So I need you to call up and convince Liam to barrack for your team.
Can I say as well, I'm a good supporter. Like when I get behind, I've got a Liverpool tattoo on my arm.
You're wearing, is that a Liverpool jacket?
It is. I love a beer. I love, going to watch live sport. So I'm a good person to have in your camp. I'm not going to miss games. I'm not going to skimp out. I'm going to be there close to the boundary.
You just haven't
cheering
found that
them on.
passion yet.
I haven't found the passion. And I don't, and why would I have?
We got some pretty sweet prizes lined up for this as well. If you can convince Liam to barrack for your team. I'm going to do a different Melbourne team every single day. Today is Collingwood. If you're a Collingwood supporter and you want to convince Liam to barrack for your team...
I mean, it's a tough sell, isn't it?
13, 24, 10... Right off the bat, you get $250 cash straight away.
What I will say about Collingwood, yeah, they get a lot of crap, but the fans are so passionate. And I don't think we'll have any doubt having someone this morning that will be able to convince you that Collingwood is the one to go for. Once you're in that club, you're in.
All right, 13, 24, 10. That's our number. If you want to score that $250 cash, you just have to convince Liam to barrack for Collingwood.
The 2023 Toyota AFL Premiership season is here. Go to tickets.afl. Ben, Liam and Belle's AFL Fan Frenzy.
Who should Liam be supporting?
You can't really be walking around Melbourne being like, take it or leave it, just as long as it's a good game. Because that's sort of my stance at the moment.
Liam, you're a huge soccer fan. You followed Liverpool. You've been glued to your screen all morning watching the game. So it makes sense. Now that we're here in Melbourne, we need to find you a team.
And look, we're going to get through every Melbourne club, but it's Collingwood's turn this morning. So 13, 24, 10. If you barrack for Collingwood, try and twist my arm. Who knows, you might end up with another supporter. I believe Ash Gardner in the newsroom is a Pies fan. Is that true, Ash?
Yeah, I absolutely am.
Really? I wouldn't.
Born and bred Collingwood supporter, and I have my own teeth.
I was going to say, I wouldn't have picked that because you do have all your teeth. So that's surprising. How long? So you've supported him your whole life?
My whole life. Born and bred. Dad was a Pies supporter. His dad was a Pies supporter. My mum's from Canada, so she had to become a Pies supporter. And then all of us, me and my sisters are all Pies supporters.
When was the last time you won a flag? Was it 2010 or something like that? Or when?
Yeah, it's been a little while. But I was going to say to you, Liam, the reason that you should become a Pies supporter is because if you don't, we'll be mortal enemies, so your life will be hard.
True. So you may as well just, it's better the enemy
get
you
on
know.
board.
Ash, speaking of mortal enemies, it's going to be Port Adelaide versus Collingwood round 2. So put 25th of March in your diary. The Battle of the Bars.
Yeah, okay. That's going to be a big one at the G. Look, Dan has got in touch. You're also a lifelong Collingwood supporter and you'd like me to join the clan. Is that true?
Yes, sir. Please join our team.
Dan, convince Liam. Why should he go for Collingwood?
Well, one of the first reasons was the Battle of the Bars. I mean, just to have one up on Ben when they come around and they can't wear their beloved Bars uniform, that's just beautiful in itself. Just a bit of spite in the newsroom.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, I suppose it is.
That's a good one. That's true.
And, do they give you a lot of headaches to support Collingwood throughout the season? Like, how do they sort of go?
Over the last couple of years, it's been a little bit up and down. But for any footy fan that was watching last year, even I think that teams that don't really support Collingwood had to actually just, take note of us and say, wow, they play exciting footy. Got a young team. We're building. We've done great in the trade. Get on board.
And Dan, and how are the guys off the field? Like, if they're on trips to Bali and stuff, they're all pretty nice guys. Like, everyone pretty keep their head out of trouble, that sort of thing.
Oh yeah, we're a family club, mate, and we just everyone's got their back, and but everyone trips up now and again. But what you'll find is that they always put support, and they've got people who can help out wherever they can. So that's all we hope for. No one's immune to a bit of controversy.
Yeah, Dan, the supporters are great too. Liam, you'll be surrounded by very loyal and good people in the fan group.
Well, I suppose there's controversies with players and supporters, I suppose, realistically.
It's just a great place.
But you know what, though? I like you, Dan. Like, I feel like you're not trying to sell it too hard. Like, you're clearly, you're passionate about the club. You're not trying to sell me anything that's not true.
Yeah, Dan, you got good energy, and just for coming on to try and convince Liam, you've got yourself $250 cash. Congratulations.
Can the Pies. Let's go.
And look, if I choose Collingwood, Dan, we'll go to a game together. We'll get some Pies fans. We'll get a big team bus or something. We'll sort it all out.
Don't sound like a Pies fan.
Well, I don't know.
We shall go to a game and we shall sit and enjoy the sport.
I've got to hear from all the other perspectives before I make a decision.
That's team number 1. We're going to go through all 10 Victorian teams. And whoever Liam picks, that fan is walking away with $1,000 cash, 2 tickets to an AFL game with Liam, and a bunch of merchandise.
What do you reckon, Dan? Are we going to get a flag this year? If I go for Collingwood, do you reckon you make it to the grand final?
I reckon we're going all the way, and you're going to love it, mate. Get on board, jump on the bandwagon. We are the Liverpool of the AFL, mate. Jump on board.
I like that. I do like that.
Good morning, Melbourne.
Well, what a weekend it was, with crowds flocking to the Sky Show.
No, Air Show.
Oh, yeah, the Air Show.
Wow.
In the sky.
Get one job.
Sorry.
I'd love to do one of those things they do where you get into the fighter jets and they get like 9 Gs to see if I'd pass
out
or
not.
not.
Did you see that video going and doing the rounds
With
like
the
over
woman?
the weekend?
Yeah.
Their eyes like, they put 10 Gs on it. He's like, you ready? Lock in those neck muscles. And then they just like punch it and her eyes turned into scrambled eggs. They just go like...
She was in the danger zone,
She
Belle.
was Kenny Loggins' danger zone. Look at it. No,
Is she
yeah. Once they slow it down, her face comes back to normal. But when you see it, she's like...
What do I need to look up?
Just look up girl
Woman high G.
10G scrambled egg eyes or something. It'll come up.
And you can too in your car if you want to see that video. If that sounds like something you want to see.
Make sure you pull over safely, though, because you will also be in the danger zone if you're watching TikToks whilst driving.
Liam and Belle, we are expecting our first baby boy in July. When I say we, I mean specifically me and my wife,
we are.
Sam.
Because I'm the godfather.
And also, it does affect all of us. Like,
Well, that's
Oh,
it.
here we go. Belle making the pregnancy about her.
Yeah, classic. I'm so sick of it, Belle. I really am. I'm so sick of you making our pregnancy about you.
Yeah.
it's not yours, Liam.
Yeah, it is because I'm the godfather.
No, I think it's going to affect everyone, all listeners across Melbourne, because Ben, you'll be off for a bit.
Well, yeah.
It's
How
gonna
does
be
that?
Liam and Mish.
So because Ben and I, we've done the show together for like a decade, right? We've never not done the show together. So like when you're off because of the baby, and then I'm like also off because of the baby.
Belle does the show.
Is it just Belle? Like what happens?
Yeah, we haven't worked through that yet. At this stage, it's definitely not going to be me. I won't be here for 2 weeks.
Yeah, it's probably not going to be me because I'm also going to be pretty busy.
Ben, do you really need time off?
I do, yes. It's more for my wife, Sam. I want to be there to look after her.
Yeah, you could do that from like 9 a.m. onwards.
So we've reached a point of the pregnancy, though, that we don't see eye to eye on. So far, it's been smooth sailing. But I have been introduced to this brand new concept that I was unaware of called the baby moon.
Yeah, the baby moon.
Have you heard of the baby moon?
Yeah, isn't it like it's like a honeymoon, but it's like
before the baby comes along.
It's
Well,
like
then it
a
doesn't make sense. A honeymoon is post-wedding.
Yeah, I think it's just like a thing that people made up. It's just like basically going on like one last holiday before you introduce another person to the family. It's starting to become a bit of a thing. You see lots of photos around. You see like hashtag baby moon.
When would you go?
Well, I think you would go. We've got holidays in April because we work really hard. So I think we would go in April if we did go on a baby moon. So there's a prime window to go somewhere. But my brain goes more into the realm of we're expecting a child. Let's save our money. Let's save our money so that we can buy this child the things it needs. Whereas Sam's brain goes to it's our last hurrah before we actually have kids. We can go on a holiday and not have to look after them.
I can see both sides. It makes sense. Like you said, you're about to introduce a baby. You're not going to get much sleep. It's going to be hectic. Your life is about to change forever. I can see that. But also, yeah, like you said, you should probably save money and be focusing. But like Sam can't drink. Like it's just like
Well, that's the thing. You don't have to go overseas for a baby moon. Like you could just go to the caravan park. We could all go to the caravan park together.
Why
like,
are you trying to come on the baby moon?
You, me, Sam, baby, the bub. Yeah, and just hang.
Well, see, Belle, her whole thing was, because I said the same thing, I was like, oh, you can't drink. And I was like, it's going to be that fun. And she said, well, it's not about drinking. It's about you and I spending time together before the child's there.
You're like, I normally think holidays are really about drinking.
About drinking by the pool.
Yeah, it's kind of the thing you do.
I am curious, though, 13, 24, 10, if you've got children, did you do the baby moon? Have you been on the baby moon? Is it worth it? Because I have my doubts. Although Sam really wants to go on it.
If you're heavily pregnant as well, right? Don't you just want to just like chill? Like you don't want to be walking around.
Well,
too
you're not
much?
supposed to fly, I believe, late into the third trimester, but she's still in the second. So the window is there to go.
I see.
Yeah.
I see.
13, 24, 10. Give us a buzz. Did you do a baby moon? Was it worth it?
Marina from Dandenong Rangers, did you do a baby moon?
I didn't, and regret.
Oh, no.
okay.
Oh, so you just had the tickets booked like you were gonna, but then just last minute you changed?
No, I had no gender reveal, no baby shower, no baby moon. I just thought it was another ridiculous thing related to babies.
Yeah.
But if there was one thing I could change, it would be, because I'm up to my third now, but I wish we had one with our first.
Yeah.
You kind of lock in for like, all right, we're not going anywhere for
Until
20 years,
retirement.
pretty much, like.
Now I'm definitely team baby moon. Having heard you say that, immediately I've gone, I don't want to have the children and then go, I wish I had it. You know what I mean?
That's it.
Trips with kids is full-time work just in a nice location.
Is it, Marina, how's this? Because I've thrown this around as well. Like when you have a kid, say they're there too, is it acceptable for you just to dump them with the grandparents and go away overseas? Can you do that?
Will the grandparents take them?
Yeah, okay. That's probably a good question as well. Yeah.
Kate in Frankston, did you do a baby moon?
No, I didn't, but my advice would be you have to go.
Okay.
Because it is never, ever the same after you have kids, ever.
Kate, how many kids deep are you and how old are they?
I've got two. They're 8 and 5.
Yep.
And you will, you'll just never experience it. Even if you go away overseas and leave them with grandparents, you still worry about them. This is the only time you can go on a holiday and not worry.
You live it up. And, all your holidays for the next, 10 to 12 years are just going to be like doing the Scooby-Doo ride at Gold Coast again.
And that sounds
More
great.
than that, 15 years, basically.
Yeah. I mean, literally, you won't get a holiday without kids until they're all moved out.
And you're old, and then you go, well, we can't go on the roller coaster.
Laurie in Geelong, did you do a baby moon?
We did, and I highly recommend doing it, just not as far into the pregnancy as what I was.
Okay, so did you go on third trimester?
Yes, we did.
Okay. And so where did you go?
We just went into the city. We went to a football match, which I don't recommend either. And then we stayed in a hotel, in a room for the night. But we didn't quite make it because my waters broke.
Oh,
my
jeez.
gosh.
Probably from all the crowd roaring at the MCG. Probably
So
unsettled the baby a
You
little
were
bit.
on the baby moon, your water broke, and then you went to hospital and delivered the baby?
Correct.
Wow. Oh, my God.
Yeah, definitely
Laurie.
wouldn't do it that late in.
Well, here's the deal, though, Ben. Like, you've sort of, you've been convinced on the
Yep.
baby moon.
I think,
obviously.
we can say, lock it in, I'm going on the baby moon.
But now Sam's going to be getting other ideas. So she's going to you're going to book this, you're going to have a week, and then she's going to be like, well, where's my push present? You know what I mean?
What?
The push present. That's
What the hell is a push present?
Yeah, you hear about it in 2 weeks. You get a present for giving birth.
What do you mean? Isn't the child? Isn't
No,
the child
it's
the
like
present?
you're like, oh, well done, you were in labour for so long, like you get a little necklace or something, and it's a new thing. But I think tradition is as well. I think the godfather normally gets a watch or something like after soon after like a gold sort of watch.
I mean, childbirth isn't that hard. I'm sure she'll be fine.
Oh, Ben, don't say that.
What's trending?
Well, he's still got it. Apparently, Zac Efron, who is in the country still, tried to pick up a girl at Macca's. But not just any Macca's, the Nowra Macca's. He allegedly, and this is just coming from gossip sites on Insta, he apparently was going through drive-through and asked for her number while he was getting his order.
I wonder if he used like a McDonald's-themed pickup line.
Like what?
Hey, baby, are you Grimace? Because I'm loving it. Something like that.
I don't think
you're
would have.
You're McBeautiful, baby. I don't know.
Well, this is the thing. It's not actually that surprising because remember, he was with the waitress from Byron Bay for a while.
Yeah.
So he could.
Hey, you've had the Big Mac. What about the Big Zac?
Oh, yeah, I like that.
Hey,
I like that.
You want a side of fries or a side of me?
That's not as good. Hey, I'm a Happy Meal because I have my own toy. You know.
Whoa.
Something freaky. Something freaky. Yeah.
All right.
I don't know. We could go on all day.
Aussie icon Kylie Minogue is the latest to turn down the invite to play at King Charles's coronation. She's joining the list of the other artists who have turned down the invite to play, such as Ed Sheeran, Elton John, the Spice Girls. More and more people are saying no.
Did she also get an invite?
Yeah, she did.
Okay,
yeah,
I was going to say,
yeah.
because it's kind of funny if people, like, are you assuming that you would have done the coronation, Kylie? Like, you know what I mean? Like, well, I won't be playing it. Like, we weren't going to ask you, mate. So, like, no biggie.
And finally...
This just in, Justice Crew are not going to play the coronation.
Justice Crew have also thrown their hands up and they've said, well, you're not going to be getting the guys down there for the coronation.
Controversial influencer and current Romanian detainee Andrew Tate has denied the rumour that he has lung cancer. So if you saw this over the weekend, apparently his manager came out and said, hey, yes, it's true, he has lung cancer. Andrew himself has now posted online saying, no, it is not true, I do not have lung cancer. In fact, I will quote him here directly. He said, the doctors were extremely interested in the scar that I have on my lung, though. They do not understand how I survived without treatment. But he's still saying he doesn't have lung cancer. As one of the most influential men on the face of the planet, it is important for the good of humanity that I live as long as possible at my current strength levels. I estimate to survive for at least 5,000 more years, and with this in mind, I take my medical care extremely seriously.
Ah, good on you, Andrew Tate. Good to see you're still a meme lord rotting away in a Romanian prison. Still having fun.
I wish he did have cancer.
Still spreading the lols online.
How's he tweeting from prison, Belle? Do you know how he's tweeting from prison?
I think his lawyer tweets for
He's
him.
tweeting for him.
Right. I thought it was a prison wallet type situation.
He gets the phone out of the prison wallet.
And his scar in his lung. Ew.
Harry Styles, he has wrapped up his Australian tour. There's lots of takeaways. I mean, fans are losing their minds. There's that bit in his song where everyone goes, "Leave America," and you can hear it from like every corner of the stadium and outside, like in a 2K radius.
And a tradition that he has been carrying throughout the tour is helping fans come out. So in every state, it seems like every show he has helped someone come out.
How does he do that though? Like, do they?
It's usually they'll have a sign and will say like, "Help me come out to my family" or something.
They're pretty there.
And
They're
then-
pretty there already.
Yeah,
if
and
it's
then
got
he'll
the
go,
sign.
"Oh, Jade, I see you've got a sign. Well,
Yeah.
here you go."
He doesn't just put the mic out and go, "Anyone got anything to say? Anyone anyone want to come up?
Now, that's lovely. That's all well and good. But someone who went to a show and they didn't have a sign was our producer, Tom. Good morning.
Good morning. How are we?
Very good. Now, we've heard the story, but I couldn't believe it when I heard it. Can you tell us again and everyone listening the story of how you were outed?
Yeah, right. I wish I was. I had the help of Harry Styles.
Yeah,
to
would have been
come
a good
out.
story.
Yeah, it would have
Yeah.
been quite fun. This one was not. So I was at the Melbourne International Comedy Festival seeing our friend Em Rusciano. Don't ask me why I was seeing her, but I happened to be front row. And I was sitting with my two cousins and my sister, and the show was about divorce and sort of rough relationships, things like that. And she saw, I was 18 at the time, and she saw my cousin and myself there, and she said, "Oh, you guys are really young. I hope I'm not ruining marriage or divorce or relationships for you, but, you know, you guys are together, right?" And we were like, "Oh, no, we're cousins."
Yeah.
And then she looked at me and she goes, "But you're gay, right?" And I was like,
Are you serious?
yeah, and then she sort of kept referencing me throughout the show. Like she sort of stopped and then went back and said, "Oh, I don't know what's going down the front here, whatever." Blah, blah, blah.
And you obviously like knew that, but you hadn't like come out to your family even yet.
No, not really. I think I'd said to my mum once, like, "I think I'm gay," but like it was sort of an offhanded comment that sort of went nowhere.
Yeah.
But this was like full on in front of my sister and my cousins.
Oh,
like
God.
it was.
So afterwards, did you, like, when you were walking out of the show, did you go, "So, well, it's true," or did you?
It was so awkward. We spent all this because we parked a while away from the show, so we had to walk back to the car. We were walking all the way down Lygon Street, and it was sort of this awkward, like, yeah, so the show was good, wasn't it?
What was your favourite bit, Tom? Oh, did you like that bit when you were outed in front of him? Was that good?
Yeah, not ideal.
Okay.
Well, 13, 24, 10. We just want to know, how'd you come out?
Yeah.
Like, if it was by accident, or if you had a beautiful big party or anything like that, a big celebration, and then you know it's kind of like a gender reveal vibe. 13, 24, 10. How did you come out?
Tom, I'm assuming that's not how you would have imagined it. If you were sort of thinking at some point you were going to come out and tell the one your nearest and dearest, you probably didn't think it was going to come out at like a comedy show. Like
No,
you're just sitting there.
No, and to be honest with you, I probably didn't. I didn't really want to come out at all. I would have preferred to it just been a natural progression of, oh, I'm seeing someone that happens to be a guy or whatever. Like, I think a lot of people now, a lot of queer people don't really want to have a coming out, and some people do. It's sort of different for everyone. But for me, I didn't really want to make a big deal out of it. I just wanted it to be like, you know, my brother or my sister bringing a guy or a girl home. Like, I wanted it to be the same for me, but I guess that wasn't the case.
Thanks to Em Rusciano.
Named and shamed this morning.
All right, 13 24 10 is our number. Give us a buzz.
Jess in Keilor, good morning. How did you come out?
Good morning, guys. So I'm very close to my mum, and we normally tell each other everything, but I've never really told about my love life. And I came out to her when I was 17, and I put her aside. I'm like, "Mum, I really need to talk to you. I'm freaking out. Like, I'm so scared. I don't know how to tell you." And she's like, "It's okay. Like, you can tell me anything. What is it?" I look at her dead in the eye. I go, "I'm gay." And she's like, "Okay, cool. Now, what's the big news? Tell me."
Oh, that's sweet.
nice.
What a legend.
That is sweet. Was she, like, is that her way? Was she just kind of being like, "All right, now tell me," or did she actually she was being serious?
No, that's how she was. I was like, "Wait, what?"
Oh, sweet. Well, thanks for sharing, Jess. Chanel in Ringwood, how did you come out?
So I came out to my childhood best friend during COVID. I couldn't see her in person.
Oh, Chanel, sorry, the phone line cut out. Can you go from the start again, please?
I came out to my childhood best friend during COVID.
Yeah.
And I couldn't see her in person, so I sent her a Spotify UR code of "I'm coming out."
Did she get it? Or she's like, "Yeah, no, it's a great song."
No, she was so confused. She was like, "Why are you sending me this?" And I was like, "Listen to the song." And she's like, "Okay, and I was like, I'm coming out." She's like, "Oh, okay."
It's quite an intricate way to do it, isn't it?
Yeah.
Just like, "You're breaching COVID restrictions? I'm going to have to call the police. You must not go out of your area."
Thank you very much. That is a good one.
What a tune as well.
Great song.
I thought She meant the Pink song, but I think that's I'm Coming Up, isn't it?
So you better get this party started. That's a different song. Yeah, if she said she's trying to come out to someone and she sends her Pink's I'm Coming Up, so you better get this party started, they would have literally no clue
One
what
of
she's
those
talking
songs
about.
you never knew the meaning of until you grow up. But anyway, don't look into it too much.
Oh, I see. Coming up on some sort of drug.
I'm coming up, so you better get this party started.
I've also never thought of that.
Did you just realise now?
I thought it was I'm coming up to the party.
That's what I thought too.
Yeah, I'm coming up to the party, so you better get started.
I'm coming up, so you better get this party started. Get it?
Yeah,
All right.
I don't know.
Well,
Okay.
hey, you know what party we're going to get started?
We'll have to ask Pink when she's in the country doing 58 shows in Melbourne next year.
For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcasts.com.au.